What's up, guys? So we are on our way to go pick up I think it's a Chevy Silverado. I think it's a 2022 Chevy Silverado. It's supposed to be dead on the side of the road. There's a sheriff's deputy on scene blocking traffic for her because she said she's in an area where there's not much room on the shoulder. So traffic's going to be an issue. We got law enforcement on scene, so we need to get the scene clear as soon as we can because they're in a not very safe place. You'll notice we are still in the Meyer Tow and Rollback. It's now Sunday evening, which I think the last video you probably saw was on a Friday. So we're towards the end of the weekend now. This I'm assuming is a fuel pump module issue because of the it's a died on the side of the road. It's a Chevy, like probably they have the 1500. So those pretty much any of the 21 plus Silverados, GMC trucks, SUVs, little mid-sized SUVs have a real big issue with the fuel pump modules failing on them, and when they fail, they fail. And being a Silverado, it's a 50-50 shot as if it has the push button or like the electric shifter or the like the actual column shifter. If it has a column shifter, we can get into neutral. If it doesn't have a column shifter and it has like the shifter in the middle, then that is going to be one of the ones we can't get into neutral without climbing underneath it and doing a whole bunch of dumb stuff, which I don't even think I have the tools in this truck to do. I have all that stuff in my trucks, but since I'm just kind of filling in for a driver in this truck, I don't think it has the tools we would need to do that anyways. So 50-50 shot of whether or not we're going to be able to get this thing into neutral. We might have to walk the truck underneath it or skate it and drag it, or who knows. We'll see what we got when we get there. So we're going to get over there as fast as we can so we can get the scene cleared. So we're headed that way. Here we are. A red Chevy Silverado with a sheriff's deputy behind them. So they are in the there's like a passing lane here to where there's hardly any shoulder. Like here we have plenty of a shoulder. Over there's no shoulder. To let some of this traffic get on by here. They're blocking like partially that lane. It's rattling. It's a Freightliner for you. There we go. Gonna break in traffic. We had rain, so I can't get into the shoulder of the road. Like I was saying, we have a 50-50 chance of this truck having a way of getting it into neutral. Make sure I get plenty square with it. Turn on the annoying airbag buzzer. Actually, I'm going to leave that off. Make sure I unlock the door so she can get in. Hello. How you doing?
Good. Okay, so it's weird. You know, like when you open the door, how everything shuts off? It's not.
It doesn't do that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that happens sometimes on these. Let's You got your key, that way I can get into neutral and all that good stuff. I'll hang on to those. You want to have a seat in my truck, that way you're not just out here on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me get this thing into neutral. Free-spooled. I'll get her loaded up and I'll be in there in just a minute.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We're lucky on this one, it's a column shift truck. So we should be able to get it into neutral. You're saying the dash won't turn off for some reason. I don't know what's causing that. I've seen some issues like that before on some trucks. I've never seen it while it was driving, however. Snap a couple of pictures here. Appreciate it. Okay. Alright. Pre-spooled, got my pictures. Customers in my truck. She's safe in there. This is going to be one of those calls where we throw a couple straps on it. Just get off the road. Okay. Let's see. Okay, neutral. I'll roll the window down so I can. And let's see, parking brake on. Hop over here so I'm not on the traffic side of the truck. Rolling. So we got lucky that this one has an actual column shifter. It has that electric shifter in the middle. And those you can't get into neutral unless they're running. So we got lucky on this one. Okay. Let's get it back into park. Set our parking brake. Roll the window up. Dash turns off. Turn the hazards off. I don't know. I'm assuming it's probably a fuel pump module issue. Because just died in the middle of the road. Has power. So we're gonna throw a couple straps on this side. We're gonna get the heck out of the middle of the highway. Get somewhere else safe to get our other two straps on it. Kind of sucks because I wanted to go to the dealership, but being a Sunday, all the dealerships are closed, and for whatever reason all the GM dealerships despite being like the least reliable vehicles on the road, don't have a secure drop-off location. Most people don't want their $40, $50, $60, $100,000 truck sitting on the side of the road unsecure. So probably gonna end up having to tow this one twice. Let's get out of here. Okay. Alright, so we got all of our straps off of it. We ended up taking it to the dealership and drop it off here by the service departments. Just kind of where I was talking about on the side of the road. Some people don't want their trucks. She was fine with it, so she doesn't have to have it towed again tomorrow. Remembered I don't have my remote. I'm gonna grab that real quick. So, get the truck into neutral. Keep our foot off the brake. Long press the start button. Dash wakes up. Allows us to shift. Need to turn the wheels a little bit that way. Take our parking brake off. I'm going to roll that window down so I can try to steer it. I want to kind of come along the curb here. Probably need to straighten that up a little bit so that it gets a little bit closer to the curb. That way it's not out in the middle of the road any more than it's got to be. So tires along the curb. Got a couple more feet on the bed, so I'm gonna turn the wheels slightly. So if the front tires end up along the curb whenever it gets off the bed there. Right, she's off. Back in park. Set the parking brake. Key, or the dash, turned back off. So. Go ahead and get my hooks off of it. Get everything rolled up, and we're gonna be good to go. You can run her keys back so she can throw them in the drop box. There's your keys back.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so we're back. It's actually a couple days later from whenever you saw the clip before we were working that scene there where the truck was broke down. We dropped the Meyer truck off yesterday. It's actually a Tuesday now, so we're back to running my trucks. Not much has changed since then. Just kind of out working and running my calls and stuff. Yesterday got the wheel lift widened on the big wrecker. So before the wheel grids would collapse down all the way, like basically butt up against here. You kind of see where the wear mark was right there. So we added 6 inches onto the T-head. So before, the widest it would go is like right at like 89 to 90 inches, depending on if you go out to like it's like full width, which is actually the exact width of the Jeep there is 89 inches. So before, that's as wide as you could go, which granted, that's probably wider than just about any vehicle on the road. But like, say if you needed to wheel lift a dually or something like that, like a wider truck, or say you had like an F-250 with like, you know, really wide wheels and tires and stuff, something like that, like a bigger, heavier truck that's really wide, which is very common around here, especially because we're deep in like oil and gas country, so it's not uncommon to have trucks with big wheels and tires and stuff like that. So we widened the wheel lift on the little wrecker a while back to where it can do dualies and stuff, but it's just barely wide enough. I think that one goes out to like 98 inches or something like that, if I remember correctly. This now is fully collapsed, is 70 inches. I think that one's 68 inches. So this one is fully collapsed, is 70 inches, which is as the same width as like a normal car, like a full-size car, like a, you know, Chevy Impala or Toyota Camry, something like that. Those are like 68 to 70 inches, I think, generally. So this now all the way collapsed. I'll still be able to tow smaller cars with it, but then if I go all the way out with it, it measures out to right at 101 inches, which will allow me to be able to wheel lift dualies and that kind of thing. So I'm excited about that, because now I don't have to worry about getting a call for a dually or something like that, and then I can only, with this truck, before I could really only pick it from the front, or I would have to chain sling it or fork it or something like that, which is still an option because you can just pull the wheel grids off, slide the fork receivers on, and then it's good to go. So didn't really record any of the stuff. I did record a little clip of us welding on there. Shout out to my dad for coming out on a Monday after work and burning that stuff in for us. I'll put a little clip in there of that. So, again, shout out to my dad for coming and doing that for me. He did the wheel lift of the little wrecker. He widened the wheel lift and fixed the end of the hydraulic ram whenever that
broke and stuff on me, which is the whole reason I went and got this truck. So that's done and ready to go. Hopefully soon we get some calls for that, so I can go and do a dually or something like that. But other than that, that's really not too much else has changed. We're just kind of going to work so far. Most of the calls that I've gotten here recently haven't really been any like YouTube kind of jobs. It's just been the normal day-to-day stuff or stuff for accounts and stuff like that I haven't really gotten the chance to record. So you can see it's kind of dreary and overcast and kind of gross outside. It's like 40 something degrees. It's kind of like barely hoodie weather. It's just cold and humid, and it's not a pleasant kind of cold down here in Texas. If this was like anywhere else, like in the country, like you could probably wear just like a long sleeve or like a short sleeve, but not down here where it's like 100% humidity. So next couple of days are supposed to clear out, supposed to be good weather, and might try to go to the beach, see if we can't find anybody stuck, do some off-road recoveries and that kind of stuff. I still have some work to do on the little wrecker. I plan on pulling the alternator off, but I've got some stuff coming up to where I need to be able to move the truck and be able to have it running. For that would be nice. So that I'll probably end up working on that. I need to try to start recording more of this stuff. I realized the other day I'm like a terrible YouTuber, and the fact that I don't really record most of the stuff that I do, and I never think about it. I'll go and I'll start doing something. I'm like, I should really be recording this, because that's what you're supposed to do as a YouTuber. And I just don't do it for whatever reason. So plenty of stuff coming up that I need to do. A lot of changes and stuff coming up. Bunch of the behind the scenes stuff that y'all haven't seen or won't see for a while, or won't really get a feel for. Nothing really YouTube friendly at the moment. But yeah, whole bunch of stuff going on, and all that will kind of come up later. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. We're just gonna go and wait for the phone to ring, and whenever it's time to go to work, you guys will come along with me. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If y'all would, subscribe, like, and share. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.